For more than a century, the sport of rodeo has been a cornerstone in American entertainment, and the original event in the sport of rodeo was the saddle bronc riding. However, the saddle bronc riding is slowly on the decline due to the waiving of the markout rule. So today I'm going to talk to you about what the markout rule really is, why it's so detrimental to the event of bronc riding that they're waiving it, and what the solution to the problem is. So for a little background information on the markout rule before we really dig down into the problem, the NHSRA rulebook states that for the markout rule, the rider's spurs must be in contact with the shoulders of the horse until the horse's front feet hit the ground coming out of the chute. So for a little example or demonstration, I have this video from the Cowboy Channel of one of my favorite bronc riders, Cade Bruno, and according to the PRCA website, he's sitting 5th in the world currently.
Here's why. The last time that Sparky Dreesen bucked this horse was in October at the Brad Germanson Extreme Broncs. The man on his back was this guy. The score was 92.5 points for the win. That was the second time these two met. The first time was here on this night 2 years ago. Cade Bruno, let's go.
So as you can see, when the horse leaves the chute and his feet hits the ground, Cade's feet are right here in the horse's shoulders. This sets him in the center and sets him back to prepare him for that initial hit when the horse hits the ground.
Oh, he wants to turn that red shirt into green money.
And as you can see throughout the ride, he keeps bringing his feet back and sticking that horse right back in the shoulders. He's in fluent motion with the horse, and he's reacting to the horse's movements. By doing this and sending his upper body back and sending his feet forward, like I said, it's setting him back, setting him in the center of your saddle. The safest place you can be is on top of that horse, centered in your saddle, and sitting back, preparing for that horse's hit. So the markout rule, nobody really knows when it was established. People oftentimes believe that it was kind of put into play right around the same time that the PRCA was established, the Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association. According to the PRCA's website, it was established in 1936. So on to our problem. The problem with waiving the markout rule is that it causes the rider to put less priority and emphasis on the beginning of their ride. This gets them set up for an unsuccessful ride. It puts them in danger and affects their score in a negative way. The International Professional Rodeo Association made a post on October 30th, 2024, saying that they were waiving this rule. And according to their website, they're saying that they made the markout rule very similar to the tie period rule in the calf roping, which means that they would just penalize the rider, still giving them a score and giving them a chance to place, instead of disqualifying them like the rule originally said. By doing this, they're putting this thought in the rider's head, and it's him kind of telling himself, I can still not mark my horse out, not put as much effort into my ride as I used to, and still possibly get a chance at placing and making a little money, maybe if somebody bucks off or something like that. This will affect the future of bronc riding. It'll cause these guys to get lazier, bring less talent to the table, and put more people in danger because they don't put as much priority on the beginning of the ride, like I said. The markout is the foundation to a strong and successful ride. So this is why that waiving of the markout rule is so detrimental to the event of bronc riding. I believe the fix to this problem is to stick with tradition, stick with what was working. The disqualification if a rider fails to mark his horse out correctly. I believe to prove this, we need evidence. And the evidence we need is a comparison between the year before, the injuries and the scores compared to the year after the waiving of the markout rule. And I believe the year after, the scores will be substantially lower and the injuries will have increased by a lot because it gets that rider set up and just set up in their saddle to really prepare them to buck off or have a really bad score. So the markout rule, it's been working for almost a century. So I really don't see why there's a need to change what was working. These guys, these guys need to put a lot of priority on the foundation and the beginning of their ride. I mean, it's just like a house. If a house is on sand, it's going to wash away. Just like if you base your ride on a weak foundation, then it's just preparing you to buck off or have a bad score. And if your house is built on a strong foundation, then it's going to stand for Lord knows how many years. Just like if you put a lot of emphasis and priority on the beginning of your ride, the foundation of your ride, then you're set up for a successful ride, and you're going to have a high score if you put forth the effort you need to put forth. So really just keeping this disqualification through the markout rule will keep guys from getting lazy and keep the decline of the talent and of the event from getting any worse. So the markout rule's been working for almost a century, and I really don't see a point in changing what's been working for so long. So thank you.